Hello everyone, I am Paul, and this is my wife,
Javerlyn.
and this is our very first video, and we're just going to see how it all goes. What we want to do is share our experiences with life and just everything with all of you, because some of you know us, but some of you don't, so I want
a lot of them probably don't.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, especially when it goes out into the public, but a lot of our friends and family will be watching this and seeing what we're up to. So this is our very first video. Welcome. I hope you stay. And if you really like it, like and subscribe to our channel.
So for our first video, just to give you guys an idea what we're going to be talking about, it's, a little bit about our background and our situation now. My thoughts, our thoughts on the US, because it's my first time here in the US. The transition phase from long distance relationship to now being husband and wife under one roof. A little bit about our plans in the future and what to expect from our channel.
A little bit about myself. I grew up here in Williston, or not here where you're at, but here where we're at, in Williston, North Dakota. Born and raised. I have lived here my entire life with small intermissions. Still in the Dakota area, the Midwest.
A little bit about me. I am from the Philippines. Born and raised in Las Piñas, Metro Manila. I moved to Cebu in Lapu-Lapu for work reasons, and for the past 5 years I was staying there. I loved it there. 2020 happened. You all know what happened that year. The pandemic, lockdowns all over the world, the Philippines. During a lockdown, you don't really get...
single people, but across the planet.
Exactly. I mean, you don't get a lot of opportunities to socialize and meet people. I went on Tinder. He was on Tinder. That's how we met. We swiped right on each other.
Yep.
And that's how our story started.
It was during the pandemic, during the lockdown. And so our intention, or the way that we used the tool or used Tinder, is kind of different than what some other people did. It was a way for us to just communicate. It was we met a pen pal on Tinder at first.
Modern day pen
pal.
We just really talked, exchanged thoughts and ideas about everything that was going on at the time. Hung out like regular people would.
We watched movies, watched TV shows.
Yeah,
Played games of some sorts.
He taught me how to play chess.
Yeah.
He let me win a few times.
Yeah. You taught me Go.
We watched a couple of movies, Netflix.
A lot of movies, not just a couple of movies.
Yeah, a lot of movies. The time zone difference was a bit challenging because Philippines was like 12 or 13 hours ahead. Navigating that was, it'd be morning for me, nighttime for him.
I'm really, when I think on that, we really made that work.
We did. I feel like we really tested FaceTime.
Yeah, we were like the ultimate beta testers. We've closed the distance, and now we are here at a new inflection point in our relationship and in life, here together in North Dakota. And it's what is life now, transitioning into the in-person together relationship, living together again after 23 months.
23 months in total.
Yeah.
We waited 23 months in total, and now that's done, and I'm here in the US with my husband. We get to finally be together, no longer in LDR.
Right.
Get to be Mrs. Jacobson and Mr. Jacobson.
Love you. You landed in Minneapolis, and now you have come westward to North Dakota, western North Dakota. What are your thoughts on North Dakota itself, the atmosphere of this place in the United States?
Two things.
Yeah.
People are really nice. You've told me about that.
Right.
North Dakota nice, and it's true. People are really nice. They're the type of people who, even though you're still 10, 15 feet away, they see you come into a store.
They'll open the door.
Hold the door open for you, even when they're probably in a hurry or something, but they will hold the door open for you.
Would you say like that's a super big difference then coming from the Philippines, or like why is that notable?
Yeah, that stands out because in the Philippines, there's always a security guard and they will have the door open for you and they will inspect your bag with
Yeah.
a stick or something. That's not a thing here. Like nobody stands at the door to inspect people's bags. I've never experienced that in the Philippines, but here it's a common practice for people to like do that, hold the door out open for you and smile, wave at you, and just very warm and friendly people. The waitresses, they would chat you up and talk to you.
They become your best friend.
Yeah. So that's very different from how things are in the Philippines, at least from my experience.
Right. So you are going from a country with 115 million people, the size of about 3 states in the United States combined, high density places, to one of the lowest density states in the United States. What are your thoughts on like the density of things?
To me, it felt like I was back in the height of the pandemic.
Yeah.
Where everybody was just indoors or everybody was just in their cars.
Right.
And nobody was out and about. That's what it felt like.
Yeah. Because you don't see anybody. You just don't see anyone.
That is the norm here. It's a big land area.
Mm-hmm.
But there's only 30,000 people in town. The most people I've seen so far are when we were at Walmart.
When we go to Walmart.
Yeah, that's the most people
Yeah.
I've seen so far is at Walmart. All sorts of people. In the Philippines, I remember you would tell me, like, people would look at you.
Oh,
you stood out.
Yeah. So I was the only white guy that you would see for the most part. I was tall and big, and I was very light-skinned, and so everybody would be
Very
staring
handsome.
at me.
Very
Yeah.
handsome. That too is a big factor to it. Here, so now I'm the outsider.
You're the foreigner.
The foreigner.
Yeah.
I'm the alien here.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't really feel that when you go outside because at least here in the small pocket of Williston, North Dakota, there are all sorts of people from different countries,
Right.
different places.
Yeah.
That me, with how I look, I would not stand out because
Right.
there are other people here who also look different, like from different backgrounds, different
All over
races,
the
different
world.
countries all over the world. Also, because there is a community of Filipinos here actually in Williston. There is a Filipino food place, a Filipino restaurant. Shout out to Carinderia by Seven Nick. And there is a Filipino community, Filipino church group here too. Lots of Filipinos here. There are a ton of Filipino products at the import store.
Right.
Again, it's just another proof that there are lots of Filipinos in this small town is because of how much Filipino products they have at
Right.
that tiny store. I love it because, I have that connection still
Right.
to the Philippines if I miss something from home. And not to brag, but to brag also. My husband makes really good. Paul makes really good Filipino food. He makes better Filipino food than I do.
Thank you, Bebe.
No, you really do.
What about the weather? Because like the temperature difference. So in the Philippines, the average temperature where you were living is like 80 to 90 degrees Fahrenheit.
This can't be more opposite. It's October right now.
Yeah.
Fall season. And he tells me that this is not cold, but
Oh.
it's the coldest temperatures I've experienced in my life. The humidity in the Philippines, I mean, for those of you who have been to the Philippines, you know what I'm talking about.
It's very humid.
It's hot
wet.
and humid. The range here is so wide, it can go from 0 to 100.
Right.
It feels like
Yeah.
on a single day.
Yeah.
That you don't experience that in the Philippines. When it's hot, it's just hot. The weather is definitely something that I am still adjusting to, and I think I will continue to
Right,
adjust.
because it's gonna keep adjusting too.
I will continue to
You
to
haven't
adapt
seen
to it.
You haven't seen snow yet. Food. What do you think of Midwestern North Dakota food?
I haven't had anything that I didn't like. I had my very first caramel roll. And it blew my mind. It's like, what is this I'm eating? This is so delicious. Food here is the serving size is really big.
It's gigantic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in the Philippines, typically when you go to restaurants, you order food and they're for sharing. But here, it's per person.
Right.
You order per person, but the per person serving is huge.
Massive.
Is huge. I can't finish a single person serving. So what we end up doing most of the time is we just split the meal.
Split
Yeah.
a single dish. You don't like waste as much.
No.
And like by us sharing food, we're wasting a lot less food that way. So
Yeah. You don't have rice. They do not serve you rice as part of the meal.
In the Philippines, like at fast food places, you can get rice. Like it's
Everything is
common
with
everywhere. Everywhere you can buy rice with your meals. McDonald's serves rice in the Philippines.
Rice is life.
Yeah, so it's everywhere, and it's a component of living there.
If you're gonna be moving to the US, if it's your first time here, do not try to convert the prices from dollars to Philippine pesos because you would not like it.
Yeah, it's way more expensive here. Like a plate of food being $20 or $15. That's a lot more. That's a lot more expensive than like a lot of places in the Philippines.
For here, that's the normal price of food. If you are coming from the Philippines, just do not try to convert them.
Would you say that it's worth it, or like? Because it's hard because you haven't really quite established your own compass for money here yet.
I would say eating out once, twice a week is reasonable. General impression, the food here is delicious. I love the food here.
Good.
I haven't really had anything that I didn't like. I've been converted. I love dipping my fingers in ketchup and just eating them.
Yeah.
Guilty of getting extra packets of ketchup
And
from
taking
the
them
fast food.
home,
Putting it in my bag. I mean, hey, Filipina, that's what we do.
Yeah, we've discussed some of the beginnings of everything, and really, like, we'll just continue doing these videos and updating you and kind of telling our story and evolving it and growing it together. And so if you guys would like to come hang out with us at least once a week, we plan to make one of these videos. You can come and watch, like, subscribe, do whatever, but just stay tuned. And if you ever want to come hang out, if you're one of my friends, let me know. But otherwise, I am Paul.
And I am Javerlyn.
And this is our very first video. So thank you for watching.